What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront class system related video. Now in today's video I'm going to be talking about potential class systems for EA Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Star Wars The Next Battlefront, or whatever it's going to be called. And I have actually came up with a bit of an idea for a system which I think would implement customization, class systems which I know people want to see return to Star Wars Battlefront, and still have the freedom so that people who like the current freedom in the current Star Wars Battlefront can have something to be happy with in the next Battlefront. So what I was thinking was that the class system could be similar to the original Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2, but with more customization and freedom to choose certain items for yourself, so you're not locked in 110% to a specific class when it comes to choosing what you want to use in Star Wars Battlefront 2. For instance, you could have, say, the Jump Trooper, the Medic Trooper, Scout Trooper, Heavy Trooper, Flame Trooper, Shock Troopers, etc, etc for both sides. Now both sides probably would have different names for each trooper, but you know, I'm just using these names because it's just a speculation video. But each specific class or trooper would have specific powers or star cards to use, but the equipment star cards would be changed from the current Battlefront into standard equipment like the equipment is in Battlefield 1 if you have played that. If you haven't played that, it means things like thermal detonators, impact grenades, back-to bombs, things like that. You would have, say, one or two of these to use in a specific life, and then you would get more if you were resupplied with more or you died and you respawned. There wouldn't be star cards which just have cooldown periods. For instance, the Jump Trooper obviously would have the Jump Pack, the Medic would have some form of medical droid which revives other downed players, Scout Trooper would have some form of heavy pulse cannon or even the Cycler Rifle, Heavy Troopers would have ammo packs or turrets that they can put down, Flame Troopers would have flamethrowers, etc, etc. I'm not going to go into it too much because I obviously don't know what each specific trooper would have. So once you choose one of these troopers, that would be your skin or outfit customization done for now. So you would go ahead, you'd go into this menu and you would select a skin or type of soldier you want to use. You would get to see the full list of primary weapons available, you would get to choose from all of the standard equipment like grenades or charged star cards, etc, etc, which wouldn't need to be rebought with credits because I didn't particularly like that system. And like I said, you would have a limited amount of these to use within a specific life until you died or were resupplied, etc, etc. But you would get to choose power-ups available for that type of trooper you have chosen, which would work in a similar way to how charged star cards currently work in the Star Wars Battlefront we have now. So, this particular power-up, say for the Jump Trooper, it would take a time period for that to sort of become available, and then once you use it, it would have a cooldown period and you couldn't use it again straight away. But I'd say it would be a bit longer than some of the charged star cards actually are. Maybe it would be the same length, I'm not too sure. Then you would go ahead and have a choice of traits similar to the current Star Wars Battlefront. So like I said before, equipment would just be available to use whenever you want, but you would only get a certain amount to use in the time that you are alive. Once you run out of them, you only get more from resupply / heavy troopers, from droids in the map, or when you respawn. You would get to choose any blaster you want, you wouldn't be stuck to specific blasters for that type of trooper. You would get to choose from the full range of weapons that will be available in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And the same goes for the equipment like grenades and charged star cards that currently are in Star Wars Battlefront. That wouldn't be used for the type of trooper's specific power-up. You would just get to choose from any of them, they would all be there, every single one in the game. You would just get to choose whatever you want. Then your power-ups are what would be specific for each type of trooper. Then for people who want more customization in Star Wars Battlefront, they could implement a system that allows players to create squadrons or clans in Star Wars Battlefront so that they could add their squadron logos to vehicles or outfits or helmets, similar to what I spoke about in a previous video regarding pilot helmet customization. I think this would work really well and combine the freedom people love in the current Star Wars Battlefront and allow for set classes in a way that isn't too restrictive, but it would be sort of class system enough for people who do want to see class systems return to Star Wars Battlefront in the future. So a quick recap is, you would get to choose from your type of trooper, and that would be your outfit that you get to use. So if you choose a Scout Trooper, you would have your Scout Trooper outfit, and then you would get the Scout Trooper power-ups. and that would be your type of class. Then you would get to choose from any equipment you want and any blaster you want, and you would be able to choose from any available in Star Wars Battlefront. They wouldn't be restricted to certain types of troopers. Equipment, you would only have a certain amount to use in that life while you are alive. Once you run out, you can get more from resupply troopers, droids in the map, or when you die, and your power-ups would work in a similar way to how charged star cards currently work in the current Star Wars Battlefront. You would have a time period where it would cool down, then you could use it, then it would go back to cooling down. Whereas the equipment, if you wanted to throw 2 Bacta bombs down straight away or 2 thermal imploders, you could just throw them 2 straight out, but then you would have no more to use for the rest of that life until you get resupplied or die. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this class system that I have came up with. Would you like to see it work this way? Do you not want to see class systems return at all? Do you just want to keep it completely free and keep the star card system we have now? Would you like class systems like the old Star Wars Battlefront games? Or would you like it how Battlefield 1 is, where you have specific weapons for a specific class, specific equipment, etc, etc. Make sure to smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Aurora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars, especially Star Wars gaming. Other than that, may the Force be with you.